Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a new game changer coming out into the game for specifically machines. We got new info on the new Blackwing stuff, and on top of that, new 6 Samurai info confirmed for doing one of the things over in Master Duel. So for starting right off, let's go over when the new Blackwing stuff is going to be coming out. So this is, I believe, for the TCG release date over here, because obviously it's like you know, announcing it for this, specifically October 21st. So we're not going to be getting this for a while. If you guys do want to see the gameplay of the new Blackwing stuff, check out the pinned comment. They're actually pretty decent. Are they S tier best deck? No, not quite, but they have some potential. I mean, they're just a few cards away. If they come out with any more support, that deck easily has potential to be a very meta deck. Next up, though, this is news for Master Duel. This is the new 6 Samurai solo mode. I guess it was just added into the game. We might get some gameplay of that, so if you guys want to see that and this is your first time here, subscribe, and I'll probably drop this gameplay very soon. So here are the rewards for this new 6 Samurai event for like the solo mode. Anyways, so you get 3 copies of Shien's Castle Mist, not useful. Shien's Foot Shoulder, not useful. 3 copies of Return of the 6 Samurai, and then we have Breakthrough, 6-style Dual Wield, Swift Samurai Storm. I've never even heard of these cards, alright? For the most part, none of these are really that great, alright? And then you get Wind Orbs, and you get Legacy Packs. The best packs, right? Kappa and 200 gems, and then you also get Shien's Dojo Mate base. So there's like a cosmetic reward, and then you can also get the icon. I think the icon out of all of these is probably the coolest thing, but they really need to be giving out better rewards for these, because again, the newer players are like, dude, I like 6 Samurais, and they play these cards, and I'm like, come on, Kageki Kagamusha at least. You know, I understand not giving out like Shien, maybe even just 1 copy of Shien or Kizan. Like, give us the actual cards. All right. Next up over here, we have the newer Yu-Gi-Oh card that is actually a pretty decent card called Clockwork Knight. This is coming out, by the way, in Animation Chronicle 2022. So what it does, it is a continuous spell card that says you can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn, and you can only use a 3rd effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part of the effect is all face-up monsters on the field become machine monsters. Already pretty insane effect. The second part of the effect is machine monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense. Also, machine monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack and defense. So basically, because everything becomes a machine, your opponent, compared to your stats, you're always going to be 1,000 higher. That's a pretty decent effect, right? But the third effect is you can banish this card from your graveyard and discard 1 card to add an Earth machine monster from your deck to your hand. Adding any Earth machine, that's a pretty big effect for a lot of different decks. So all of these card effects are good, right? For the most part. The second effect is like whatever. But this card effect alone is a game changer specifically for any deck that can run a Cyber Dragon, or because the Despia can count other cards as other cards, there are people that are running things that are more interesting like Prisma. I've seen some really weird builds where they use a card where its name becomes whatever, right? This could even be something for lots of different decks, but again, this part of the effect is super good because you could go into Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. Remember, everything becomes machine. And if I fuse the entire field because everything becomes machine, my opponent has nothing. This card could have easily like 4,000 or 5,000 attack, right? That could be pretty dang good because it gains, so it's Cyber Dragon plus any 1+ machine monsters, and it gains 1,000 for each number of fusion material. And on top of that, it must be a special summon from your extra deck by sending the above cards from either of the field to the graveyard. You don't even use Polymerization. So you can summon any card that can change its name to Cyber Dragon or technically Cyber Dragon, and then you just activate its effect, and then you're like, okay, cool. I don't know if you can do, you know how there's some of the cards where it's like this card's name becomes whatever. It's like is it King of the Swap? Those cards that can count as fusion material, and I know that Despia at some point, like the Albion Despia, like fusion variants, we're playing some of those to make weird things like Warrior from Another Planet. I have to double check on that, but I don't know if it would work with this. But again, any card that would count as Cyber Dragon just fuse with the entire board, right? And then on top of that, I was even thinking, well, you could easily, like, this is just, remember, it's 1,000 times the number of fusion monsters. So at minimum, right, it's going to be at least 2,000, right? I mean, if your opponent has a full board, like, you broke the board and you have a big monster, and then everything's machine, so you can limit or removal any other follow-up card. This can even go further with, like, you know, you access Code Talker and summon this on your opponent to pop all the rest of the cards. And then on top of that, remember, Limiter is boosting it by double its attack, which is really good. Not original attack, so Access Code Talker could easily one-shot your opponent. Like, it's going to be really powerful. There's definitely going to be people doing, you know, OTKs with this card, but there's extra utility with this, too. Like, just being able to banish it and just discard one to search out, and then obviously you could get the effect of whatever you discard if it's a card that has, like, some bonus effect. I think this card is definitely really, really good, but you guys can let me know your thoughts on anything what we talked about down below in the comment section below. But if you're new here and you want to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the future, subscribe to the bell so you don't miss out on when we cover new Yu-Gi-Oh news. But take care. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.